Out of here. It's Southwest Bias.
You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you might find Kevin Durant gets what he needs. And over the weekend, we saw that Shams Charania of ESPN dropped Kevin Durant's preferred trade destinations as he wants to go to the Miami Heat, San Antonio Spurs, and Houston Rockets. Are the preferred trade destinations out of Phoenix, sources told Shams Charania. Those across the NBA have been made aware in recent days that those are the three teams that Kevin Durant would commit long-term to. And guess what? And I mean this as no disrespect to Kevin Durant and his long legacy of success in the NBA. I think he's a top 5 player, but I could not give a crap what his preferred destination of Suns trades for him are. Quite frankly, the Phoenix Suns and Brian Gregory, or B-Reg as we love to call him in our members-only Discord, has to do what's right for the Phoenix Suns. It does not matter if Kevin Durant wants to sign a long-term deal there. It does not matter if he wants to go to Miami or one of the Texas teams because of no sales tax. I don't care. I don't care where Kevin Durant wants to go, because if the Phoenix Suns don't get this right, the next 5 to 10 years will be a disaster here in Phoenix. It just will. This is your one chip to get out of basketball purgatory. And if you do not play it right, it's going to be a problem. And I hear people say, well, you want to make sure that it's a place that people want to go to in the future. That's not going to determine it. You know what's going to determine it? If the Suns are good and Devin Booker plays the way that he's shown to be able to play, big name talent will want to be in Phoenix. It's that simple. So I don't care if you're trying to save some kind of perception about your team. You do not need to do it by trading Kevin Durant to a preferred destination. And that's not all that happened over the weekend that I think has a big impact on this. The Desmond Bane trade to Orlando should have an impact on the Kevin Durant trade. And I'm not saying the Suns are going to get 4 first-round picks back and pick swaps. That's not what I mean. But it does show that there probably is more value than what was being offered last week for Kevin Durant. It gives you more leverage yet again, because the first big move of the offseason was made. The first shot was fired by Orlando. No longer are you and a Kevin Durant deal going to be the first move off the board. I think that actually helps you. And you should be going to those teams and going, look what Orlando gave up for Desmond Bane. This is Kevin Durant. I think you certainly can offer a little bit more than what you've been offering. And, according to Jake Fisher this morning, the Suns are more inclined to make a move before the trade or before the draft than they previously were. They're motivated. So the clock is ticking. And I think it's time to say, get your final and best offers in the door, because that's what we need, right? And when you look at Brian Windhorst this morning on Get Up, had some interesting information about the 3 teams that Kevin Durant had said that he wanted to go to and where the Suns stand with him. He said, what I understand, the 3 teams on Durant's list, Miami, San Antonio, and Houston, have not made offers that have gotten Phoenix excited to this point. Then guess what? You're not getting him. And then he talked about that, quote, I do think Toronto is lurking out there. Toronto's making the number 9 pick in this trade, in addition to some players available. If you do not have an offer from one of his 3 preferred destinations that make you interested in it, move off of it. And I get it. This is probably a leverage play. This probably comes from the Sun side, leaking it in hopes that you get one of those 3 teams to up the ante on what they're offering for Kevin Durant. But if they don't, move on. And according to Jake Fisher, again in the Steinline newsletter, he says Toronto's willing to throw in some players. We'll get into that in the next segment as we play some Trade Machine. But the other interesting information to come out is the Suns have done more homework in June than a kid forced to be in summer school. They've looked at Kristaps Porzingis, Andrew Wiggins, and what they could get back if they flip Jalen Green. The Suns are preparing in terms of everything that they could wind up looking at when it comes to a Kevin Durant deal. And they need to. Brian Gregory and Matt Ishbia and this entire front office has to figure out how they squeeze the most out of this trade. And I know people are sitting there, including Chris Bayers in the chat, saying that we're delusional for thinking that the Suns will get a lot. And I'm not suggesting that they'll get what Orlando gave up for Bane. Bane's a younger player. I understand that. But it could be the difference in getting an extra first-round pick, maybe some second-round compensation in a Kevin Durant deal, because it did show what the value is, right? And if the Suns move on from a couple players and make a Kevin Durant deal, guess what? They're not in second apron hell anymore, because that second apron's moving up with the salary cap increasing 10% and some of the moves that they make. Kevin Durant is not going to just be handed out for spare parts. That's not what the Suns are going to do. They're going to capitalize on this and get pieces that will help them continue to contend with Devin Booker, at least be a playoff team over the next few years, and put them in a position when their books clear in a couple off seasons to go after big fish again, or go after multiple players that they think make them deeper. This team is not going to be in hell if they can do this Kevin Durant deal right. And there are some things that I think really can get them taken care of. And I know it. They backed themselves into a corner with the original Kevin Durant deal, but they can get themselves out of it with the subsequent move that they're going to make now. I think Toronto is the team that they'll wind up making a deal with, because Toronto is motivated. And Toronto's made a deal where they don't care if the player's unwilling to sign again, if they think it will put them in contention. Remember the Kawhi Leonard deal? Kawhi didn't re-sign there, but guess what? It turned Toronto into a contender, which I think Kevin Durant could, alongside Brandon Ingram and some of the other pieces that they have there. If I'm Toronto, that's a deal I'm worth trying to take. And if I'm the Suns, that's a deal that, with a team that has a lot of assets that could interest me both for the future and the present. I'm making that call, and I'm getting the best and final from Toronto over the next 48 hours. And I'm saying to those other three teams that are in the mix, 4 if you include Minnesota, which Brian Windhorst thinks is very active in this, I say get your best deal ready. Get that third or fourth team, if you want them involved, ready, because we've got a deal from Toronto that we feel comfortable with. I think that that's going to be what happens. And I don't care if Kevin Durant doesn't want to go to Toronto. You let him veto the Warriors deal, which I actually think might have been the best haul you were going to get in a Kevin Durant situation. But now it's on your terms. It's time for you to make the move that helps you best. It's time for Brian Gregory and Matt Ishbia to say, you know what, we're going to put Jordan Ott in the best position to succeed in season 1 and in season 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's time to set yourself up for the future, regardless of if it sends Kevin Durant where he wants to go. But maybe that is just my Southwest bias. Plenty going on, and we're going to welcome in the mustache behind the Mac, the man that fixed the mic.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry, guys. That's my bad.
I was impressed the amount you were running around there.
Yeah, I had to get my cardio in this morning. I wasn't able to go for my run, so I got my cardio in. You
got it taken care of. What are you making of all the Kevin Durant news? I think we're seeing the final countdown here.
Yeah.
That we're about to have something happen.
I would be shocked if it doesn't happen before Friday. Like if this bleeds into to the weekend again, I'd be shocked. But they do sometimes want to make the lives of us media members harder, and the deal will probably be struck at 11:28 p.m. West Coast time on Saturday. and we'll have to scramble at the last second. No, I mean, when there's smoke, there's fire. Like there's been way more coming out in the last couple of days, and that's for good reason because things are being talked about. But the more and more I read into this, more and more I think I'm going to be underwhelmed by the return. I think it's going to be. I saw this comment earlier, and I know I don't know about the money in this, but it's going to be something like this: get ready for Duncan Robinson, Aaron Wiggins, and a first-round pick.
Look,
Obviously, actually, Duncan Robinson's salary is massive. So
I assume Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah,
I don't think Aaron's going to do much.
No.
Look, honestly, I think it's going to be better than a lot of people think, and not as good as some of the more Pollyannic Suns fans think. I think you're going to get draft capital. I think you're going to get a couple good pieces, but you're not getting what Orlando got for Desmond Bane. You're not getting what you gave up to Brooklyn to get Kevin Durant. But I'm going to make a prediction here. I think this trade happens sometime between when tonight's finals game ends. This is Monday. We're live on this through tomorrow, because the NBA is not going to let it might leak out, but the NBA is not going to let anything be official and steal the fire of an NBA Finals game. That's not going to happen. You got one tonight. I believe there's another one Wednesday or Thursday. So it's going to happen between when tonight's game ends and when that next NBA Finals game is. And I think it's sometime tonight or tomorrow that we see a Kevin Durant deal. No source there, just my feeling on it.
I think that if you can get, even if you get number 9, like, I don't know. I just feel you need future draft capital. Like, you have to lean into at least a soft rebuild. You have to, because if you're just getting, some young talent that's proven that they can start in the NBA, maybe, I don't know if that's going to excite me as much as the potential to be able to build on multiple picks. Because, like, I was looking at the number 9 pick. The only thing I'd really be happy about if you get 9 is if, like, Carter Bryant falls to 9.
Yeah.
And by all of the talk in the past week, I don't think that's going to happen.
I think 9 you can find a piece that helps
you can. You never know. But
I mean,
outside of the top 5 in this draft, it just doesn't excite me.
Yeah, and I don't think you're getting in the top 5 with a trade
absolutely not
like this. And again, I think Toronto is going to provide the best that you're going to get. And I have my own proprietary trade machine that we're going to dip into shortly. But I want to tell you about Spirit Week. I don't know if you heard it off the top. It is ALLCITY PHNX Spirit Week 2025, and we got a lot going on this week. You see, Monday, it's favorite T-shirt day. Tomorrow's a mystery guest, and Shane says he's got one for me. I look forward to talking to Shane's mom or dad tomorrow. If it's my father, you and I are done, Shane. I'm going to say that for it. Musical chairs on Wednesday, which means I'll probably have somebody from PHNX here. Thursday, Big Brothers Big Sisters Day. You probably see a donate or a donut, a donate button on your screen right now. Hit that. We are trying to get $10,000 from across ALLCITY donated to Big Brothers Big Sisters by Thursday. So take a part in it. None of that goes to us. 100% to our friends at Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Yeah, not a super chat, but the donate bottom in the bottom of the screen. We do already have one from Become Securely, $5. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
So please donate if you are so willing. It goes to a great cause.
Look, and I believe in my viewers more than anybody else on this channel. I think we, even though this is a 30-minute program, can raise more than anybody else. So let's make that happen. And then Friday is all about you, diehards. You're going to pick the topics. We're going to go into the mailbag, maybe even have some of you on video. We're going to have it all our diehards all day on Friday. But it is PHNX T-shirt day, and I'm wearing my favorite. It's Hockey Belongs in the Desert, because you know what? It does, damn it. And I want an NHL team back here, and I think it is important for the youth in our community. It is important for so many different reasons, and there is nothing more that I love than our diehard hockey fans as well. And the mustache behind the Mac is rocking the PHNX Coyotes logo. That is Cody the Coyote, which my daughter named. So those are our favorite shirts created by the one and only Eric Weedham up in Denver. He put a lot into the font on my favorite one. So thank you, to him. As I mentioned, I've got a proprietary trade machine that we're firing up to give you the best Kevin Durant deals right after this. Got to tell you about our friends at Mountain America Credit Union. Mountain America is committed to helping their 1 million members. It's over 1 million members. And if you join, it's another one over 1 million. They got 100 branches throughout the West. They can take care of you at any one of them. And right now, you're going to get 2 times the reward points on credit purchases through July 31st. Who doesn't want twice as much as they usually get? You know the Suns would like twice as much as they think they're going to get for Kevin Durant. You can use your Mountain America rewards card and watch the points pile up. It's perfect for gas, groceries, travel, home projects, and any other purchases you're looking to make this summer. And the promotion is an easy way to stretch that dollar. And who does not need to stretch that dollar further? You know the Suns do after burning $400 million last year. So redeem your double points for rewards like travel, rebates, gift cards, event tickets, and more. Lots of big events coming up. It's a limited time only, so take advantage of it while you can. Head to macu.com/double. Loans on approved credit offer can change or be withdrawn at any time. Limited offer. Terms and conditions apply. And it is time to tell you about Circle K. I got a text from Circle K yesterday that said, hey, you're a dad. There's lots of dads out there. We want to give you an extra 10 cents off per gallon. And yeah, you can't take advantage of that. That was yesterday. But they hit you with these text messages all the time. I've gotten one for, hey, 40 cents off today just because you're a member of the Inner Circle. You know what the best part? It's free to become a member of the Inner Circle. All you do is download the Circle K app, enter your phone number, and bam, you are there. You're going to get 5 cents off 25 cents off your first 5 fill-ups, then 3 cents off after that. Then you hit the ESPO level, you're getting 5 cents off per gallon. It's just that easy. Plus 79 cents Polar Pops, 99-cent Frosters. You need a Froster in this weather. And guess what? They stay frozen in the cups. My wife had one yesterday in the car, and it stayed frozen the entire time. So check it out. Join the Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. And I told you I had a proprietary trade machine. Only I have access to it. It's called Espo Track, and I'm going to show you the deals that I think are probably the best that you're going to get for Kevin Durant. And we're going to start with the San Antonio Spurs and what I think that the best and final offer will look like from them. It's Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, Jeremy Sohan, the number 14 pick this year, and 2 second-rounders in the future. I think that is a deal that probably gets it done for the Suns. There were reports that the Spurs made an offer that I think was Vassell and Barnes and some other filler that the Suns rejected. I think this might be close to getting something done, but it's probably my least favorite of the trades that I'm going to show you today. I think Sohan is somebody that can help. Vassell's going to have to be somebody you deal. You can't have 2 shooting guards as 2 of your best players. We've seen that happen here recently when 2 of your 3 best players were shooting guards, and it did not work. Shane, if you're Brian Gregory, do you pull the trigger on that one?
I think this is like pinnacle of what you're going to get, like value-wise, not in terms of fit, but value. Like if you're just looking at these guys as numbers and how much they're adding to your team and the picks, look, you're getting a pick this year. You're getting, granted they're seconds, but you're still getting picks in the upcoming drafts. But you're also getting 2 young talents and 1 guy that can help not only on the floor but also the culture. So, yeah, I think in terms of value, this is pretty good.
Yeah, I think it is pretty good, and I don't think people are like, well, you need the second pick. I'm sorry, you're not getting the second pick. You
wouldn't get the second if salaries worked. You wouldn't get the second pick for Durant straight up.
No, I don't see the Spurs giving that up. Now, if the Spurs were trying to get Giannis, maybe, because that's 7 years younger than Kevin Durant there. I think that's a opportunity. Brian Windhorst was saying that he thinks Minnesota is definitely the most aggressive. There's some people in the chat saying that Shams just shot down KD to Minnesota, which might be true, but I still think we are in subterfuge season. So take anything you hear over until this deal's done with a grain of salt, because it could be KD's camp trying to ensure that he doesn't wind up in Minnesota and all those things. And that brings us to what I think would probably be the best deal that the Timberwolves, with as aggressive as they supposedly are, could offer up. Rudy Gobert, Dante DiVincenzo, Rob Dillingham, and the number 17 pick. I don't like this one, but there is the stated desire for the Suns to get a starting center. He probably would be the best defensive center in Suns history in Gobert. I don't really want the super spreader on my favorite team. I really don't feel like that would be the best move, but it may be the best current talent that you would get. But I just do not see this getting over the finish line unless you bring in a third team. I like Dillingham. I think he could be something. DiVincenzo, it feels like he could has been destined to be with the Suns since draft night. But I don't know that that's enough, and I don't know that that 17th pick is something that really excites me. Shane, does this get you tingling at all?
I mean, I like it. I think, again, in terms of value, you're getting some good return. If you just looked at Rudy Gobert's impact defensively, and you didn't know it was Rudy Gobert, you'd probably take that player. People hate him, and I understand why. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but you can't understate his impact to the game. Like, you can't understate how he can completely eliminate a certain aspect or even a player from a not only game but series if you were to get in the playoffs. Yeah, Rob Dillingham is you're kind of just presented with the same option or same problem there, where he's not a traditional two, but you're getting a scoring guard.
You're taking a flyer too.
Yeah,
that he could live up to.
For sure.
To his hype. Brian in the chat says the Wolves are a second apron team, so they cannot aggregate players. Yeah, that's true, but that you could hold off and have the deal agreed upon, but not do it till the new league year, which will reset that and also raise the amount of that second apron. So there are ways around it. But this is where I get excited. This last one, I've told you I got Toronto circled. Learn how to speak Canadian, KD, because I think that this might be what gets it done here. And Jake Fisher said that the Raptors would be willing to part with either R.J. Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, and that they're warming up to the idea of Jakob Poeltl. And as we heard from Brian Windhorst, that the number 9 pick would be on the table. So this gets it done for me. It's Kevin Durant for Emmanuel Quickley, Jakob Poeltl, and the number 9 pick. I think this is the height of what you could get. You get your center, you get a point guard, and you get a pick that I think at 9 you could find something to help you for the future. This sets you up, and if you decide eventually you want to, that Quickley or Pearl doesn't work for you, I think those are both manageable contracts that you could trade. Quickly, 32 years, or 32 years, that'd be a hell of a deal. $32 million over 3 years. Jakob Poeltl, it is a $19.5 million for 1 more year. So I think that probably puts you in the best situation there. But Shane, do you think that they would make a deal with Toronto? And do you have a problem trading Kevin Durant somewhere that he supposedly doesn't really want to go? You think that one's bad?
I don't. You
don't like that?
I don't like the players involved.
Oh, Poeltl.
I like
center.
I like Jakob Poeltl. I think Poeltl is a solid center and could work with this team. That is a lot of money for Emmanuel Quickley. Who
it is, but when you look at it, where the cap's going with this increase due to the new TV deal, especially over the next 3 years, it's supposed to go up 10% each of these next 3 years. I don't think that deal looks as big as we think, especially when guys are going to be making 75, 80, 90 million.
But who is Emmanuel Quickley?
He's a good
scoring shooting guard.
He's a good guard that
he can play the 1, but I don't know, man.
You've got a hole at the 1, you got a hole at the 5. This at least gives you some quality there. I mean, maybe you switch out Quickley for Barrett and you try to figure out something. I just feel like Toronto has the assets to put you in a conversation that makes you feel much better about the future. And that 9th pick, I know you feel like this is a 5-player draft, but I feel like you can get quality at 9. We've seen the Suns have success at 9. I believe that's where they got Sean Marion. I believe maybe I'm wrong, but I believe that's where they got Amari as well. Like, there's talent that you can find that maybe is more on the fringes that blossom into something. The question is, do you trust the Suns front office to actually get that done?
Amari was 9. Good memory.
I mean, sometimes it works.
Yeah. It's impossible to look at a draft and say that X pick isn't going to be valuable because you just don't know. And yeah, getting into that top 10 is really important. I don't know. I think you're just bringing in that kind of that same problem with almost every deal here, where you're bringing in a high volume, high paid 2 or 1 that wants to score.
Look,
but
you're not getting a perfect trade.
No, you're not. You're absolutely not. There's gonna be something that emerges in the like tomorrow about another secret team that was never involved.
I think it's going to be a 3rd or 4th team that enters the mix. That's going to change kind of what the Suns get. Maybe you reroute one of these guys that you're like, it doesn't really fit, and you get something. I think the Nets are a team to look at. I think Memphis is a team to consider, depending on what they're actually trying to do and the assets they just acquired. Ted Offensive says, you cook up any Beal trade? No, I did not. The trade machine broke. We'll look at that once we get through the Kevin Durant stuff.
Beal actually told the trade machine he would be unwilling to move his new no trade clause.
Espo Track threw up when I started putting deals in there involving Bradley Beal. That is the program. A big thank you to Shane Diefenbach, the mustache behind the Mac, for fixing things when they didn't work. I would have just been sitting here talking to myself.
And for breaking things, though. So let's not let...
Well, you didn't really break it.
Yeah, I did.
A big thank you to the chat for being here, for everything. Big thank you to all the insiders with this plethora of Kevin Durant news that I don't think is going to stop until this deal is done.
Shout out to Anonymous for a $20 donation. If you want to donate, look in the chat. Very easy to do so.
We're on our race to $10,000. Help us get there before Thursday. And make sure to join us tomorrow morning. We'll either be talking Kevin Durant deal being done, looking at new rumors. There's going to be plenty going on right here on the big show when you're looking at Southwest Bias with me, Espo. Remember, you can follow me at Espo. You can follow the show at PHNX_Suns. And remember, Kevin Durant trade rumors move fast. If you don't take a minute to look around, you might miss some. Ahoy, hoy!
We all silly like the mayor.